And I'm starting the stream, so I'm just going to get you to give me 1 second just to confirm that we're good to go.
Sure.
Okay, and you're good to go. Have a great meeting.
Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Okay, well, welcome to the first meeting of 2022. Glad everyone could attend that was able to get on here. So I guess we'll move forward. Dorothy, you're there too? I can't see anybody other than Mona at the moment, but she's there.
You're muted, Dorothy.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone's here, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, everybody's up and running again? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so under the presentations, there's nil. But we do have a couple discussion items. 2.1 was the 2021 Communities in Bloom participation update. And I think, Mona, you were the one to speak to that item.
Sure. In 2021, obviously, we weren't able to participate, but we were able to, closer to the end, get the community members and organizations in that involved, and we're very thankful for their participation. We were able to do some draws and make a little bit of fun in that for our Communities in Bloom program, and with hopes in that they will join us in 2022.
Great. Very good. Okay. All right. Does anybody else have any other comments they'd like to throw out at this point with about the 2021 Communities in Bloom participation?
I thought it was good considering it was another COVID year.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
We did the best we could, I think.
Yeah. What did we end as far as participation numbers go, Mona?
I believe that there were 68.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah, it was great, actually. A lot of the communities just doing some networking with other communities. There wasn't quite as successful, and so yeah, I was, because I thought, because we're so used to having so many, like quite a high number in that are participating, that I was really happy to hear, like that we were, right out there with the larger communities, and that were able to, to participate in, the 2021's, program.
Yeah. That's actually a really surprised that the number was that high, given all the circumstances and the shutdowns and everybody not going out of doors and everything else. That's good.
Yeah, and obviously, we are thanks to donations and that we were able to drop something off, a memento, and that to various participants and whatnot. So yeah, they were very pleased actually.
Oh, very good. Very good. Okay, well, we move on to 2.2. It's the 2022 program update. And I guess we'll maybe call on Mona.
Sure, thank you. I'm happy to help up here.
Okay.
Well, we have received an actual invitation. 2022's Communities in Bloom program. They anticipate that unless things not really change on us, they will be visiting the communities this year.
Oh, good.
So we had received, Dear Mona, Communities in Bloom is eager to visit your community in 2022. We've had enough doom and gloom. It's time to bloom and revitalize your hometown. We are inviting the City of Barrie to participate in the 2022 National Edition of Communities in Bloom, celebrating the Year of the Garden. What else to say? In the past few years, we have seen significant changes in society's expectations for and usage of our outdoor environments. As a result, Communities in Bloom has reviewed and refreshed the judging grid in order to reflect these changes. We invite you to join communities across Canada to develop civic pride, mitigate and adapt to the impacts of climate change, enhance green spaces, strengthen neighborhoods, and increase investment opportunities and tourism. Okay. And so for 2022, in addition to being evaluated using our upgraded grid, participating communities will have an added bonus of a Green Cities evaluation, guiding your community guiding your communities towards sustainable solutions and environmental improvements, demonstrating your leadership towards climate adaptation. Your community will receive a copy of this grid prior to the judge's arrival. With changes to the 2022 grid, we encourage all communities to purchase a copy of the Canadian Landscape Standard. A digital copy is available for purchase online. And that might be something that we may consider purchasing, just so that we have those guidelines and that,
Yeah.
just to, with all the changes that they are predicting. And your community will also be invited to submit for special achievement awards and to apply for grants offered by our sponsors and partners. We also encourage all of our communities to proclaim 2022 as Year of the Garden. Your municipality has the option to participate in one of the following categories: International Challenge, which is a competition category between national and international winners, or Circle of Excellence, non-competitive. There's also non-evaluated, which means municipalities are registered in the national edition but are not evaluated by a jury, or evaluated, in which means communities are evaluated but are not competing with other communities. And also says our communities are facing one of the most challenging times in recent history with the onset of COVID-19. Your participation in the CIB program may be one of the highest impact and most economical investments that your municipality can make to sustain community engagement and lead your community through your COVID recovery initiatives. And CIB National is planning a regular CIB program in 2022 with slight adaptations where required in the event of COVID-19 restrictions. Since judging will be conducted in late June to July of 2022 and will take place outdoors, CIB National will attempt to adjust aspects such as physically distancing, limiting indoor events, masks, etc., should these measures be required. CIB National is challenging and inviting your community to act early and register for the 2022 edition. Our deadline to register is February the 28th. And I have received that we have been approved to move forward with our participation this year. And the National Symposium on Parks and Grounds and National and International Award Ceremonies will be held in Victoria, BC this year from October 20th to 23rd. Under the theme, Year of the Garden, we would be pleased to showcase your achievements and to celebrate your bloom rating and level.
Field trip.
Yeah.
For sure.
So does the city already, would they be the ones that will be booking all the flights for all of the committee?
I'm certain that, they're definitely a question to be asked.
Sounds like she's going to run for office with that politics.
No, Carl, that's your next step.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Now, one of the things is, and I've already spoken, is that presented on municipal letterhead is that we should declare, our municipality should declare that Year of the Garden 2022 proclamation, declaring that is the Year of the Garden. And
right.
And I already have the form and stuff, so it's just just to discuss and make sure that the committee as a whole is keen on celebrating the I believe that the actual day, the main day in that there for the big celebration in that across Canada will be the Saturday before Father's Day, which is June the 18th. And will be recognized as Garden Day and, as a legacy of Canada's Year of the Garden 2022.
Okay. Okay. Well,
And so they are inviting, just it's really pertains to the horticultural sector, and their gardens and gardening contributions, and that to the quality of life of our municipality, and create safe and healthy spaces, or places where people can come together. The Year of the Garden 2022 will highlight and celebrate the important contributions of gardeners, our local garden organizations, horticultural professionals, and local horticultural businesses which contribute to garden culture and the experience garden of our various municipalities. Whereas gardens and gardening have helped us face the challenge of the COVID pandemic, and Communities in Bloom, in collaboration with the Canadian Garden Council, invites all municipalities to celebrate the Year of the Garden.
Okay. Yes, I guess at a later date there, we would get into all of the details of, or somebody come up with some, I assume what we'd be looking for is ideas of what we could do for the Year of the Garden. And does that mean everybody should be starting to grow vegetables and plants and that kind of thing, as opposed to all the flowers? Or
it's floral display, it's garden, vegetables, it's pollinator gardens. It's really and truly just to showcase what it's, as we always say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's a great opportunity in that there to celebrate our gardens and gardens in development, and climate change, and just really it's an all-around sector, in that they just really want everyone to participate in 2022, showcase their efforts.
Right. Okay. Does anyone have any comments or would like to ask any questions? Or
You said June 18th was Garden Day?
Yes, it's the Saturday before Father's Day.
And is that a Barrie City something, or is that a national?
That'll be the national. Yes, that'll be across Canada. Mm-hmm. And in doing a proclamation, it will say, the City of Barrie is committed to be a garden-friendly city, supporting the development of its garden culture, and is proud to have all the municipalities and that across Canada to be invited to proclaim 2022 to be Year of the Garden in their respective municipalities, and that a copy of this resolution be provided to the minister, agricultural minister, and for that purpose, we would have hopefully on there and that support us and sign it off, and have proclaimed June the 18th as Garden Year of the Garden.
Year of the Garden.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it would certainly help the sooner that the Communities in Bloom group would be sending out their sort of the grading scale and the sort of the guidelines and stuff. That would probably help a little bit early on too, if we could get that, just to sort of advise all of the participants and stuff too, some of the sort of the direction they seem to be heading a little bit more. Or
absolutely. So registration is before February the 28th. I just want to meet with everyone and just make sure that everyone's still on board, and I will fill out the registration form and say that yes, that the City of Barrie is anxious to participate in their 23rd year of Communities in Bloom.
Right. Yeah, because if they've changed the guidelines, that would certainly help. The sooner we could get our hands on the guidelines to see what they're looking at and looking for, it might give us some ideas too on.
Yeah, for sure. Just think about just this year and that we can be totally creative. Come up with some great ideas. Maybe something a little bit different. In a couple of sites. Maybe do one. Maybe a special garden. I know that the color red is even in one floral bed, or encourage people residents rather to plant something red for this Year of the Garden.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because I thought it was really great that, and I don't know, maybe the city's been doing it for years and I just wasn't aware of it, but the fact that in number of your floral displays across the city and stuff, that you're growing kale and all these other kind of things to be able to donate to food banks and the various groups out there that need food.
Yes, we food security is it's a real issue, and that there and has been for a few years now. It's just really come to the forefront, I think, and it's an opportunity in that too, and even to do some companion planting with both. You can have some floral displays along with multiple vegetables and that in the flower beds, which we've done the last couple of years, and donated them to various organizations.
Yeah, because I think that's really a positive step forward, certainly with all the food banks and everything else that are running out of food and everything else. It's as much as you can grow at least fresh they can eat fresh stuff for a while anyways. Okay, does anybody else have, does anybody else have anything else to say about that topic?
I think the Year of the Garden's a good theme.
Yeah.
I think it's a good theme, especially to help people cope with, as Mona mentioned, gardening is a way to help cope with the pandemic, but it's also helping to get people back to nature. And especially now that we're taking climate change a little more seriously.
Yes.
And also, and with the food aspect too, is they're talking, inflation and the cost of fruits and vegetables is going up. Maybe the Year of the Garden could help promote people to start a little vegetable garden in their backyard. You know, at least plant the seed.
Yeah, because it doesn't take a lot to get a little garden growing, and it doesn't have to be an elaborate garden. It can be mixed in with your flowers.
Definitely.
Yeah, even some people on a balcony growing some tomato plants in an herb garden or something like that. I mean, you can always try to improvise.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, then I guess we move on then to item 2.3, Communities in Bloom Events, Information and Updates. Mona, did you want to talk to that at first, or?
I just, we're definitely seeking some great ideas in that, and maybe we can reach out, maybe give our community members in that an opportunity in that to come up with some suggestions. That might be a good start, especially, once we start making some phone calls from our, past in advertising that we are definitely participating in this year's friendly competition, and and there may be some great ideas, and I know that always there's some great ideas that come from around the table as well, but we're always open to receiving some suggested ideas and that there from our residents as well.
Oh, for sure, yeah. It's just a matter of getting them involved, not just in the program, but just to be able to have a process that they can supply us with their ideas, or like a contact of some sorts.
Maybe on the website, definitely I can check with our communications department and see what, they know how to set things that much better than I. So but there's definitely an opportunity in that for maybe some suggestions in, and we give a bit of a deadline so that we get them in, and then we can, go, draw from those suggestions and,
sure.
and include them in this year's, program.
Right.
Can we get copies of what you were talking about before, what the National is putting out with the changes that they've made and that sort of thing? Or would it just be on?
Darcy, is that for the, what was it? The, right here. The landscape,
Standards?
Yeah.
You said the grid has been reviewed and adjusted, so.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, so what I can do is I can place an order. I can, for the Canadian Landscape Standard, digital copy is also available as well for purchase
Mhm.
online. And I do have that, website and that there were about, so we can order in, maybe
Okay.
a couple copies and that we can share them.
Sure. Yeah, that would be helpful.
But that has nothing to do with Muse and Bloom directly.
What-
Does
what?
it say that?
It just says, with changes to the 2022 grid, they encourage all communities to purchase a copy of the Canadian Landscape Standard. A digital copy is available for purchase online. So they've included
Interesting.
that in there because the CNLA is very, they've joined like communities and
Yes,
Yeah,
Paul Bridges.
but-
Yeah.
Yeah, and then our grid, I think the grid would be the important thing too, to try and get our hands on, because if Communities in Bloom overall has revised the grid in accordance with those standards, then in that paper, that magazine or whatever it is, the sooner we could sort of find out what the grid is, that would, I think, go a long ways to sort of directing us a little bit, but.
which I'm happy like to check with them and see when that grid and that there would be available to us, just so that we can kind of follow and make sure that
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
inclusive.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It will give us some direction.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm happy to reach out to them for sure.
Okay,
Okay.
that'd be great.
And you said the registration is February 28th, and what is the category? You said early on that.
Now,
We're looking-
that's the next thing to clear up is there's the International Challenge, which is a competitive category between the national and international winners.
Right.
As well, Circle of Excellence, which is non-competitive. And there's also the non-evaluated, where bus municipalities, they can register in the national edition, but are not evaluated by a jury, by the judges, not actually coming to visit them, just so that it opens up opportunities out there for communities and that may not be prepared quite yet to
Right.
to host two judges, et cetera, and whatnot. And then the other one is evaluated, and that those communities are evaluated but not competing with other communities. So I think what we need to do is decide on which category so that I can send that in.
Right.
Do you
I
have
mean,
a
it's fun having the judges here in the competition, but the Circle of Excellence sounds good too.
Yeah, now does that Circle of Excellence, you said it's a non-competitive, but did the judges come out for that one, or is that just a straight?
No, so they would still come, and I'll clarify, because I know that we've participated in that before, where bus
Right.
judges and that would come, and it's just that we're not competing against other municipalities, and that
Right.
it might be a great way to get the kickstart and get back into it, because we've had that bit of a lull with it by no fault of anyone's, but because of COVID, and
Right.
so we've had to take a bit of a step back. So
Yeah, because the Circle of Excellence was good. If I remember it correctly, when we were in it before, it was good.
Mhm.
And as you say, the judges come, and I think that's one of the judges do come in if we're able to have a gathering of sorts with the people who sign up to the program. I think that sort of validates them getting into the program and seeing sort of a result to it. Not that you're competing against somebody, but at least with some knowledge is coming and acknowledgement,
Yeah.
of your efforts.
yeah, and obviously from the city's perspective, COVID will dictate what we can and can't do. But
Yeah.
we'll be able to have like outdoor events and that. But hopefully things that allow us like to have some community opportunity in that to meet and greet with the participants. But again, COVID-19 and that there will dictate what we can and can't do at that
Oh,
point. Yeah.
Definitely.
Like in
Yeah.
a large, like in a large gathering, obviously.
Yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. So would you like to have us try and make a decision today so that you can get the paperwork started, or?
If
I could get-
you're all comfortable with making a confirmed decision and then I can move forward and send the registration in.
Now, what is your opinion? Like you're the one that has the finger on the pulse, as it were.
Oh dear, that's a lot of pressure. More ways than one.
Yes.
Honestly, you know what? I'm open to what you guys are thinking. It's got to be something that's that's thought about around the table. I think it's important to get everyone's suggestion, and maybe we can just go around the table and majority rules in my eyes always. So just let me know what you're thinking.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Dorothy, do you want to start?
I was hoping you'd start.
Oh. Well, I'm good with the circle of excellence.
I will
Can I
double
just-
check and
Evaluation.
make certain that the judges that would still come to visit,
Yeah.
because that's important, as long as
Mhm.
everything that goes well with that COVID. And I will just make certain that they would still be coming, and
Right.
and because I know that the last time that we had participated in it, that they did actually come. It's just that we're not competing against other municipalities.
Right. Right.
But there's still opportunities for special awards and opportunities that way.
What would you say are the top 2 or 3 differences between Circle of Excellence and national competition?
International. Okay, so international is that we would be competing. You have to be a competitive. It's a competitive category, so we'd be competing between national and international winners.
And the Circle of Excellence, besides being not judged, what else?
I believe that it's non-competitive. Circle of Excellence is non-competitive with other municipalities, but the judges that will still come and rate us as well.
Oh, with the same kind of grid.
Yes.
And then there, the other categories were non-evaluated national.
It was international challenge. Oh, pardon me. Non-evaluated, which are municipalities that are registered in the national edition but are not evaluated by a jury, which the judges that would not be joining us here.
Right.
And the other one is evaluated, and that's communities are evaluated but are not competing with other communities.
And that's a little bit different than the Circle of Excellence somehow, I guess.
So that I'll receive clarification when I speak
Yeah.
to the international office. Just because I know that before, they broke down into the 2 different categories, and then they also below there they have it as non-evaluated and or evaluated. So it may very well depend. You can compete in either, but whether or not you decide to have the judges actually come to town.
Right. Okay.
And I can firm that up very quickly, even by Monday as well.
Okay. All right. Okay. Adriana, what do you think?
Well, I was just thinking those other items might be a step backwards for us, because if we're going to have the judges come, we might as well compete because we're that good.
So we do the international?
I think that's my vote.
Okay.
If we're going to have the judges come, then we might as well compete.
Okay. One of the 2 Ds has to go next.
Would that stifle community participation going that route? Or does it even have to have an impact on local participants entering their gardens into communities in bloom?
Oh, it definitely would. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, with another COVID year, if it's sort of, and it's the year of the garden, do we want to push an avenue that encourages more public participation? Just something to think about.
Yeah.
Like to get them back, to back in the program. I mean, we're very fortunate to have as many join us last year in the program, but you mean like to just rebuild they're really, going to embrace this year of the garden, and participate, and want to showcase even by photos, et cetera, and that there. Whether or not we're able to visit, we're not sure yet, but certainly we're hopeful.
Yeah.
Would you like a day or so, to think about it and forward? I would just like to move forward, and get us registered so that they know that we are, are interested.
Mona, can I ask, what position are we in, like the city, considering that we have had 2 years of COVID and who knows what's coming up? Could this sort of, well, I would vote maybe a little bit more for the Circle of Excellence because we're sort of still in transition. We've had 2 kind of crappy years, pardon the, language, and who knows what's going to happen this time. So are we literally in a position where we can promote it, and are people going to be around to be involved as much as we would like? Do you know what I mean? On a different level. Like maybe that's why I'm thinking the Circle of Excellence might work, because we're still in position kind of. We don't know really which direction we're going in.
If it's judged, that's the big thing in my mind. That's sort of where I'm thinking of the Circle of Excellence, that it's not quite so much pressure in a sense, but
it might be more fun.
But if it's judged,
more fun,
then I think the people would be, that it's the acknowledgement part that they would get then, that somebody's actually coming, as opposed to just participating and nobody showing up sort of to judge you.
Right. Okay. Well, what I will do is I'll write down, each of your, recommendations, and I will contact, the national office, and I will just firm up to make certain that it's non-competitive, but that we can select either non-evaluated or else evaluated, which we would want to do at that point.
Okay. Yeah, we've done the international challenge before as well.
And we are very fortunate to, we've done each of these here, and we've, been really very fortunate to succeed and, and doing very well in both of them. So,
yeah, the international too, then you've got to take into consideration, where is everybody else at? Are they prepared also? Like, is it maybe not going to wash this year just because of our situation,
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, if you could find out and get back to us, maybe we could set up, say, a date, maybe by next Wednesday or something. We would have to have responded to you and let you know what we think. And then I guess majority rules. I'm not sure. I guess that would probably be the way to go.
After we find out if it's judged.
Yeah.
Find out that too.
Yeah, I will firm that up. I will definitely firm that up prior to next Wednesday, and make sure that I get back to you with what their intent is there.
Right. Okay, that would be great then. That would give us a little bit better idea which one to go in, because I do like the idea of the competition. Was nice with the international. It's just that, well, I guess probably the rest of the world's in the same position we all are. Probably they're all wondering what to do.
And I can get a bit of a feel, to see what other municipalities that there may have, nationally and internationally may have, registered already, and just get a bit of feedback. To what extent they can actually give me feedback on, and I can let you know as well where the program is at right now.
Right.
Okay, that'd be really helpful.
So will we just set it up then that, Mona, you would send us out an email highlighting the things, and then we would be on the hook to get back to you within, like, if you can find this out, say Monday or Tuesday kind of a thing, that if Wednesday's too soon, then Thursday, that we would get back to you and let you know what we think.
Okay, well, you know, if I have time in that tomorrow, or else for sure on Monday, I will find out. How's that? And I'll
Okay.
make sure that I have an answer for you all for Wednesday.
Okay, now,
Okay.
will we have do you want to have one of these kind of meetings, or will we just do it over the email system?
I believe that we would be okay to, you know, to discuss this here. Obviously, that would be up to Brandy to decide what would be best.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, true. Okay.
Well, what I can do is I can check and see what other meetings that I have coming up and give you guys a couple dates. Send it out to the entire committee to see if everybody's available. But if we can confirm that at least the folks here today are available, then we would ensure a quorum for the meeting.
Right.
But yeah, I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
I'll get some dates out to you guys tomorrow morning and just confirm with Wendy that there's no issue with that. But I doubt
Yeah.
there will be an issue because we've had to do it before with other committees.
Right, right.
So yeah, how soon do you want that? Like, are you wanting it within the next couple of weeks before the next meeting?
Oh, yeah, it would have to be, I would say, maybe within the next week if it's possible, so that Mona has time to get the application in.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll get on that first thing. And then,
Okay.
yeah, I'll send you guys out a couple dates and you guys can just let me know which one works for you guys and then we'll set it up.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yep, that's great. That's great. Yep. So, okay, did anybody have any other items? I know we have no referred items. We have no reports. But before we would adjourn, does anybody have anything else they'd like to throw out?
Just one minute, maybe.
Well, the next meeting will be February. Let's set my day timer here.
Yeah, I don't have.
And we do it the fourth Thursday, is it?
I have it the 17th.
17th,
Okay.
okay. That voice came out of the back of my head somewhere. I didn't, I heard a voice and I looked around and nobody was there, but no. Okay, so the 17th. But yeah, if we could get something set up just so that maybe Mona,
And
you
then we
can,
confirm things.
yeah,
but-
before the end of the year that we would have, or sorry, before the end of the month, we'd have something for you to go forward with.
All right, sounds good.
All right, then. Well, if that's everybody, then I'll adjourn the meeting. I thank you, everybody, for coming today, and we'll give it some thought once Mona gets the information for us and carry forward. And it was good to see everybody, and again, belatedly Happy New Year's, and hopefully 2022 is going to be a lot better year than 2021.
Hopefully.
Let's, yeah.
Okay,
let's
bye-bye
hope.
then.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Have a
much.
good night, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Brandy.
Bye.
Um,